what to do in My Development Lab once you have actually registered. So you're going to go to My Development Lab on Blackboard. You're going to click on My Development Lab assignment calendar. Okay, and you're going to see an assignment calendar. So on this calendar, you'll see a number of different alarm clocks. You're going to click on the alarm clock in order to see what is due next. So the first thing you're going to need to do is complete your browser tune-up. And this, as you can see, is due by the 9th of July. You don't get any points for this, but this is absolutely crucial that you do this. No matter how computer savvy you think you are, or how up-to-date you think your software is, you need to do this specifically for Pearson. And basically this allows you to check everything. My computer is up-to-date and good to go just because I've been working with this software so much. But basically if you don't have a check mark next to something, you need to get that configured. So now you can see that I have a little check mark next to that because I went ahead and viewed that. The only issue with these check marks is that they check it as soon as you viewed it. They don't necessarily check it saying that you've completed it. So I like the check marks, but then I kind of don't. So then you need to take your My Development Readiness quiz. You're going to do that here. Basically, it's going to walk you through tuning up your browser. It asks you, have you tuned up your browser? You say yes. You go to the next question. When I click on browser tune-up, I see 9 green check marks. Basically just double, triple checking that you've done all of this, and you're going to complete the rest of this quiz. I'm not going to walk you entirely through that. And then once you're completed, you'll again have a green check mark there. So for the 11th, what you're going to need to do is enroll in My Virtual Child. And you're going to use the class ID 11761, and I'm just going to show you how to do that here. Okay, it says how to enroll in this class. You will need the My Virtual Class ID from your instructor. Again, that's 11761, as you can see here. You're going to follow this link after logging in and entering your My Virtual Child class ID in the Enter Class ID section on the right. Okay. It looks like it's already plugged in there for you. But that might be for me. I'm going to need to double check that another way. So you need to, it might be because I'm using my own account here. So what you need to do is just double, triple check that if there's a point at which you can, let me switch back here. It should be on this page that you can enter in that 11761. I think it's not doing it for me because I'm the instructor and I've already logged in. So again, you need to have your class ID under 11761 in order to move forward. There is a way to go back and enter in your number once you've done that, but just make sure to do it on the front end that you've entered your class ID 11761. So once you have done that, you're going to click Create Your Child. And you've got this big, long user agreement. You're going to hit Accept. You're going to say what your gender is, what your partner's gender is. Here is, okay, it's not letting me put in no class. It says no class ID required, but you should be able to enter in your class ID. So if at any point you get to this and you haven't, it won't let me click in here though. So I'm going to hit skip, I guess because it's already connected me. It seems to be different every time. And then you go through, you find someone that looks like you. You can put your skin tone and go through it that way. So you develop your child. And then you're going to read through your child's personality type. You kind of say what you were, and I'm just going to put option 2, but read these closely. I'm clicking through this just to merely show you. Actually, this takes you to a personality quiz that I'm not going to do because that's something you should take time to do yourself. But once you have sort of quote unquote set up your child, you're going to be raising it again throughout the summer session and raising it through 12 years, 11 months. So I'm just going to get back here. So back to your My Development Lab. I'm going to just click on your Unit 1 assignments. So you can see here that you've got many assignments to do. And they are organized as such. You've got, like I said, you've got review the Chapter 1 learning objectives here. You click on that. That's a good thing to print out again, just to have, so you can kind of write out the answers as you go. This is the e-text that I was telling you about. So you're going to want to first look at the learning objectives, second read the chapter either via your e-text or your hard copy of the text. Then you're going to go down to your media assignments. So for Unit 1, Chapter 1, we've got Bandora's Bobo Doll Experiment. You're going to just click on that. I'll show you what happens here. So here you're going to, it's taking me back to the quiz. You have to finish your quiz before you can move on. So this is the quiz that I was working on previously. And it's saying that I can't skip through this. So let's see. So now it's letting me finish. Okay, great. Let's click out of here. Apologize for that confusion. So I'm just going to click out of everything else. And you can also see now that we're back to our assignment calendar. Once I've completed these assignments, I've got a little check mark here showing me that I've done those. However, again, like I said, I haven't necessarily, sometimes there's a check mark just after, they put a check mark after you viewed something and not necessarily when you've completed it. So that's why I recommend printing out the syllabus and checking things off as you do them yourself, just because that's not always trustworthy. So again, I'm going to go back to our Unit 1 assignments and I click on the 16th because that is the due date for them. I showed you the learning objectives. I'm not going to click on the e-text, but I'm going to go back to that Bobo Doll Experiments quiz. So I'm going to wait a minute for the video to appear. So you can see that first the video appears, and you're going to need to wait a second for that to, again, appear. Do not click start. Clicking start means you start to begin the quiz. So you can make it big and watch it. And this is Bandora, who is a very famous child psychologist, and his video is something that you're definitely going to want to watch, maybe watch a few times. It's pretty, it was groundbreaking research, and he's, again, one of the most famous developmental psychologists of all time, so definitely something to consider. So once you have watched the video, maybe watch it a few times, you're going to start the quiz. And this, again, this quiz is about 3 questions long, but it's something you're going to want to do well on, and you can take it multiple times. So you're going to just kind of go through these in order. So these are the 4 media assignments for Chapter 1, 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to complete the Chapter 1 pre and post test here. So again, you have to take the pre-test first. You have to do fairly well on it in order to then unlock the post-test. So again, if you don't do well on the pre-test, it's going to prescribe a series of study materials that you should complete before moving on to the post-test. Because basically, if you don't do well on the pre-test, you're not really understanding the material. Okay, so I'm going to move back here. Okay, leave page. Oh, I didn't mean to move all the way back. So I'm back in my assignment tab. I'm going to go down kind of where we left off. So I just clicked on the pre and post test and showed you those. This is where you take the chapter exam. And again, you can only take that once. So it is going to, don't click on it basically until you're ready to go. So I just clicked on it, and that's not a good thing because I basically can't get back into it. So if you click out of it, like I'm doing here, it says in progress. And you can't, okay, so you can get back to it, but you only have 45 minutes to do so. So getting back into it isn't going to be very easy. So I recommend just not doing that. Do not click on this until you are ready to take the exam. Okay, so the rest of the chapters are the same. But here at the very end, I also have work on my virtual child. So you're going to click on that in order to work on your My Virtual Child, and you can click on that as many times as you need to. So again, for each chapter, it's going to be the same. You've got your due dates here. You're going to click on your little alarm clock in order to get to those assignments. So that concludes our overview of My Development Lab. Again, email me with questions.